Hey, good morning, everyone. So, this is part two on my video recording this half moon outside tonight. So I just finally took so it turns out this half moon has finally managed to reappear again, only for a short brief moment of time. Sorry though, excuse me, because I'm trying to view this on my camera on my phone, video recording this on my phone. So anyways, I'm actually currently downloading Siphon Filter Logan's Shadow on my Gold PlayStation Portable emulator. Well, during this time, however, I finally managed to get a photo, of course, of this half moon, and it's finally reappeared after long last. Because I know, during my previous video recording, of course, it just suddenly it was basically, covered, of course, by these most annoying clouds. So as a result, here I am basically resuming where I left off. And I'm trying to figure out exactly which game should I be able to live stream anyway, because I know I'll try and resume on Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble in part 2. If I get a chance to live stream that, because let me see. When I was live streaming on part 1, apparently, the WIFI, of course, messed up, cut it off the stream, of course, while I was playing on Sunset Park Zone as Miles Tails Prowler, that is. Sonic's, closest best friend, that is. Plus, what's really cool is that I've also managed to finally downloaded Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker on my PSP emulator alongside Portable Ops and it's on my other tablet. I'm gonna see if I can try and download that on my phone, however, if I get a chance to, after downloading Logan's Shadow. So, this is actually one magnificent half moon out there to behold. I know, I'm trying to get a clearer view of this thing anyway, and it turns out, the half moon's about to disappear into the clouds again. Well, just only for a short period of time. So, I wonder how is everybody else out there actually doing? Y'all doing alright? Because I know, of course, y'all are, especially around, this so-called best year here in 2018. Anyways. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's actually reappearing again. I'll be honest with you, though. If only these clouds, of course, weren't completely in the way, of course. Well, if only the skies were actually clear, I can, a very clear view of this half moon outside tonight. So, this is what you actually get a chance to see. I'm just, holding this using my right hand, of course. I'm just hoping, most of the snow will finally melt. Kind of liked it a whole lot better when it actually, officially melted since last year in December. So, I hope it'll fully melt this time. Which I hope so. Man, isn't she beautiful, though? Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get a clear view of this thing. Alright, come on. So, by the way, and speaking of Dragon Ball Super, on the other hand, I was just watching, a YouTube channel where Vegeta, of course, in his Super Saiyan Blue transformation, however, managed to, use a final flash attack, even in maximum power against Jiren, and still that didn't work. One thing here is one thing I can tell you about. This time it's no guess. Here's my very own opinion, though. One thing I do know, of course, is that Jiren with a J, one of the Pride Troopers, on the other hand, he may be mortal, but unfortunately, there's no such thing as a perfect system. Ultimately, he's gonna lose. So So I'll be honest with you, for starters, Jiren may be the strongest of the Universe 11, but he is no perfect system. Like I said, as a Pride Trooper, arrogance, however, is bound to be that character's major downfall. And since he claims that no other fighter in the universe, no matter how strong as they are, will never be able to beat the Pride Troopers, here's my real honest opinion. He's got another thing coming. The same also goes to Toppo, the leader of the Pride Troopers. In Universe 11, the Tournament of Power. Like I said, it's true, yeah, because, from what I've actually... So I took a look at this preview, of course, and Vegeta, however, is also, managed to, finally managed to unlock a new power that goes... An amazing power that goes beyond Super Saiyan Blue. Let's just hope that's really enough to take down Jiren. Jiren, on the other hand, may be one of the strongest characters, but he is, the most annoying person on the planet. Always thinks that he's better than everyone and think he's perfect. Honestly, I hate that guy. I just really hope that Jiren and the rest of his, Universe 11 compadres finally lose once and for all. So, that's just, me speaking my mind anyway. He may be the strongest character, but he's also arrogant. Here's one main thing. Pride, on the other hand, can be your very own best friend, or it can be your very own worst enemy. Here's one main thing. Vegeta too is also arrogant as well. Too, for a Saiyan prince. But my number one main guess is, of course, in order for Vegeta, of course, to defeat Jiren, he needs to really lose. He needs to seriously, ditch that arrogance and really fight it with everything what he has. Him and Goku both. Well, we already know Goku definitely has, the Ultra Instinct. But if he's going to be able to fully attain that, he needs to try it his very hardest by unlocking that hidden potential within him without losing his stamina, though. So, ultimately, for starters, Jiren may be the strongest, but here's my honest opinion, he's going to seriously lose. And for a Pride Trooper who only relies on just strength and power, who only just relies on strength, though, strength alone isn't enough. If you're going to, really rely on pride, you're going to have to really rely on, using your own gut instinct. It takes more than just pride, though. Sure, it makes them, exactly as a person who they are, but it's not just about strength and power, though. It's about who they are. It's kind of like pride, it's more like an identity, but you shouldn't let that, you shouldn't really let that blind you, though. But you know what? That's Jiren's most biggest mistake. He only really relies on strength, but he's completely arrogant, so ultimately, no matter how strongest he is, he's gonna lose. He may be immortal, but there is no such thing as a perfect system. Younger Tagoro, and if I remember correctly from Yu Yu Hakusho when I was watching it, though, younger Tagoro and Sensui, on the other hand, were also exactly just like Jiren. So, but like I said, I can't wait to take a look at, another episode, on Dragon Ball Super, though. Possibly, I'd say maybe around the weekend. Maybe it'll appear either on Saturday or Sunday. I think maybe Saturday, to be exact. I don't know. I'll check it out and see. Because I can't wait to see this new level that Vegeta really has, this power beyond Super Saiyan Blue. In the meantime, I'm actually okay, so let's see. So right now, of course, I know this half moon's about to disappear directly into the clouds, but I know it'll reappear again now. Since it is, a Tuesday morning. But in the meantime, while I'm just speaking my mind out, talking about Dragon Ball Super and not to mention, this year in 2018, especially what major surprises was coming straight my way and everybody else's. Well, we'll see. Let's see. I finally actually do notice, there's an airplane, of course, flying. excuse me, just burped. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's actually flying around overhead. So it's actually really below, like, say, well, this half moon, though. I do know it's an airplane, of course, making those beeping, those red beeping noises or something like that. So even though you can't see it, I mean, even though y'all can't see it, but I can. Still, this half moon, of course, is really something else. But like I said, but like I said, though, in my honest opinion, Jiren, however, can be defeated, but it's going to take everything. But it's going to take absolutely everything to fully bring him down, including his other compadres, on the other hand. Not to mention one of the other, well, let me see, not to mention this clown dude, of course, Belmont. I think he may be one of the God of Destructions, on the other hand, who was just sitting, in the stadium, of course, at the Tournament of Power. That guy's a real idiot, just like Jiren. So, other than that, I still can't wait to check it out, though. Even on YouTube, though, if it's possible. In the meantime, I love y'all. Good morning. Let's see. Good morning on a Tuesday morning, everybody. So I love y'all. Y'all be good. Be safe and sound out there, especially around this weather, because I know it's kind of chilly. I love y'all. Peace, everyone. Yeah.